part of the journey is the end. And this is the end of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because who knows, maybe one day we will get a season 2, but as you saw from this episode, if we do get that second season, it's not going to be called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. No, it would be Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And man, this episode was so good. Really, this series was so good. I have to say, I actually like this better than WandaVision, which was hard to beat because I loved WandaVision, but I really enjoyed this series. And obviously, I'm sad that it's over now, but at the same time, like, this episode was so good, and it wrapped up the series so perfectly. I was so happy that Sam and Bucky actually got happy endings. It was especially a breath of fresh air after, like, WandaVision, where at the end, Wanda lost Vision, and it was like, great, can nobody have a happy ending? Well, Sam and Bucky did, and I was really happy about that. Plus, a whole bunch got set up for the future of the MCU, which was really exciting as well. So, this is just awesome, guys. I really love this episode. Plus, we got some new suits, and ooh la la, they are looking good. Absolutely loved it. But before I jump into this, let me know your thoughts on this episode down in the comments below. Your predictions for the future of the MCU and where this can go. Maybe a season 2. We'll have to wait and see. But now, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. So we start off the episode seeing that it's basically picking up right where last episode left off, where the Flagsmasters are trying to invade the GRC Council meeting building, and as they're invading, Sam and Bucky show up to help. Sharon also shows up to help, but then as they're invading this GRC building, Sam, he swoops in his Captain America outfit. That is the suit that was inside that suitcase that he opened up at the end of the last episode, and oh my god, it's so beautiful. He is freaking Captain America. Like, it's gonna be weird not calling him Falcon now, but he's Captain America. And the suit is so good. He looked exactly like he does in the comics, which is insane. And the suit just, I mean, at times it looked a little weird, but at the same time, like, it's just so cool. Especially that entrance, how he, like, threw the shield, and then he caught it, and then swooped into the building, did a little tumble, and then, like, stood up. Oh, that was awesome. And then after that, he actually goes on to battle Batroc. So, Batroc is his first official fight as Captain America. So, that was pretty cool. Meanwhile, we have Bucky, who's going out on a motorcycle to chase after the Flagsmasters and try and save the hostages. Then John Walker, which was really an interesting character in this episode, because he was not at all what I was expecting to see from the character in this episode, because when he shows up, he immediately goes after Carly. And Bucky is also battling the Flag Smashers at the same time. But then Carly and John actually get kind of a one-on-one battle. And I was thinking it was going to go like, John is going to kill her, and then he's going to be like the main villain that Sam and Bucky have to battle. But no, he actually gets knocked out. Like, Carly takes him out. And then later he gets up and he tries to save the hostages when the truck is trying to fall off the bridge. But then Carly gets to him again, and Sam does eventually save them. So everybody's saved. It's going pretty well. And then I love how the crowd was like, hey, that's Black Falcon. Nah, that's Captain America. Yeah, he is. Oh, man. That's Captain America right there. And then all these smoke bombs drop. Carly, Batroc, and the Flag Smashers, they all escape. So now John, Bucky, and Sam all team up. I think it was a little weird how, like, automatically they were like, all right, let's work with John. But at the same time, I didn't care because it was just so cool. So they all team up and they're going after the bad guys. And this is where Sharon finds Carly. And Sharon reveals that she is the power broker, which I honestly found really surprising, because, I mean, it's something that, like, it was set up and it seemed like she might have been the power broker, but at the same time, I didn't think she was, because it just felt too obvious. But apparently the reason it felt too obvious is because it was actually the truth. And I kind of don't like it at the same time, because Sharon is just such a different character now. Like, as soon as we see her show up in episode 3, I think it was, like, she's just completely different from the last time we saw her, which, I mean, yeah, it's been a couple years, but still, I think it's weird how she's automatically like, oh, I'm a bad guy now. I was like, wait, what? Okay. But that's the big reveal there. She is the power broker, and we do get some more setup with that later. But then Sam shows up. just as Sharon actually shoots Batroc, which I was really upset about. So Batroc better not be dead, because Batroc is one of my favorite Captain America villains. Georges St. Pierre plays the character so well. I really want to see him again. I mean, there wasn't any confirmation he was dead. I mean, when he was laying there on the ground, he didn't get up, so kind of seems like he's dead, but he better not be, because I love that character and I want to see him return, especially now that we have a new Captain America in the world. I want to see some more Batroc action here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, but at the same time, he might be dead, and I'd be really sad about that. But after this, we do get a Captain America versus Flagsmaster battle here of Sam versus Carly, and throughout this scene and really just this whole episode, Sam is just so full-on Captain America mode. Like, he will not fight back. He doesn't want to fight her, and I love how she's even screaming at him, like, fight back, fight me, and he just won't. But then once she gets the upper hand and is about to shoot him, all of a sudden Sharon gets up and kills Carly. And this was something I saw coming. I was like, oh yeah, of course that's going to happen. And as soon as at the beginning when Carly said, like, you know, it doesn't matter if we die, our movement is too strong, I was like, yep, she's going to die. And she did. And it was sad, especially because then, like, she was like, sorry and all that stuff. And I think in the show she's supposed to be like a teenager too, so that's even more sad. And yeah, she's dead now. Actually, all the Flagsmasters are, as we see in a couple minutes later. But after this, Sam flies Carly's body. It was a great landing. How he like flies her body out there and puts her into like gives her to the doctors and, like, you know, hospital people. You know what I mean. So I mean, she's dead, but I guess she's going to the morgue. But anyway, Sam is now, he goes to talk to the senator and all these other GRC people, and he basically tries to convince them to give in to Carly's cause, because, you know, Carly was going about it the wrong way because she was killing people and all that stuff, but still, she did have a worthy cause that is something you need to fight for. And we do find out that Sam does eventually convince them that, yeah, this is something we should do. So that was really cool. And then at the same time, he's also on TV. So we also get to see all these characters watching Sam as the new Captain America on TV, like his sister Sarah and Torres, and of course Isaiah. And I love how when he's watching, he smiles like, yeah, a black Captain America. Never thought I'd see the day, but it's come. And so there we go. There was that moment, and that really this whole speech was, again, very Captain America-y. Like, he was just very, like, Sam throughout this whole season has just been trying to see different perspectives. Like, he was never 100% against Carla. Like, he knew he had to take her down because she was doing things the wrong way, but he, at the same time, he also knew that, like, she has a point. So I really loved that scene. That was one of the best scenes of really the whole series. But then we start to do our kind of epilogue wrap-up / setup for the future, where we see that the remaining Flagsmasters, really the 4 main Flagsmasters that we saw throughout this episode, they are being taken to the raft. But then, all of a sudden, their vehicle car thing blows up. So, they're dead. But then it flashes over to this old guy that is watching from a distance in a car. I think it looks like he's holding the detonator, so that's the guy that did it. But who is this guy? Like, I honestly have no idea. He kind of looked like maybe a butler, so like maybe he works for the power broker, maybe he works for Sharon, maybe not, or maybe he has some sort of tie to the Black Widow movie. I really have no idea, but it's definitely shady. So there's that. But then after that, we do get a quick scene seeing Zemo at the raft. It wasn't what I hoped it would be, with like some full-on Thunderbolt setup. Although that, I think I heard that was supposed to be a post-credit scene here, but then it was switched to Black Widow because it is going to feature some sort of character from that movie. So we are still going to get that Thunderbolt setup. It just wasn't here because of, you know, Black Widow was supposed to come out first and all that stuff. So still cool to see Zemo just for a quick short scene here. But then we get into the real good stuff, where we see Valentina Allegra, Contessa De Fontaine, whatever her name is, Val, she has another meeting with John Walker and his wife, and we see that he suits up in his black suit, and she says, like, things are about to get crazy and things are about to get weird, so we're not going to need a Captain America. We're going to need a U.S. agent. Oh yeah, going full on comics mode. So now it's literally the same suit but just in black. But that's exactly how U.S. Agent looks in the comics, and now he's got the name and everything, and oh, I'm just so excited for this. But the question is, where's it going to show up next? Because it seems like Val is recruiting for something. Is it for the Thunderbolts? Is it for the Dark Avengers? Is it something else? Is he just going to be like her personal bodyguard or something? I don't know, but they're definitely setting up something. I feel like it could be Thunderbolts, but then at the same time, I don't really know. But wherever he does show up next, I'm definitely excited to see U.S. Agent because that suit looks awesome. And I can't wait to get the Marvel Legends figured out because, he just looks so cool. But then we get into our happy endings with all our different characters here. Like with Bucky, who visits Yori from the first episode, and he finally tells him about his time as the Winter Soldier and how he killed his son, and it probably ruined his relationship with him, and Yori probably hates him for that, but at least he has closure. At least Yori finally knows what happened to his son, and at least Bucky knows that he helped somebody he at least gave them closure. So then he also drops off the Captain America notebook at his therapist saying, like, I finished the book and everything. So he's made amends with everybody. So it's nice to see that now he can move on to new things and actually live his life on his own. We also have Sam taking Isaiah and Eli to the Captain America Museum, where there's now an Isaiah Bradley statue, which was awesome. A great way to honor Isaiah. And I love how Sam even says, like, now they'll never forget you. And wow, that was really getting to the feels there in that moment, and Isaiah hugged him, and such a great moment. Can't wait to see those characters return when we get some more Young Avengers stuff, because of course Eli will join the Young Avengers as Patriot, so I'm really excited for that. But then our ending scene for the episode is we got this cool community barbecue back in Louisiana, and then Sam and Bucky are just smiling at the sunset, and then it fades off, and it turns black, and then it flashes up and says, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, until we have the mid-credit scene, which is where we see Sharon. She gets a full pardon and her old position back, so then she calls somebody and says, like, alright, now we got access to all this government information and everything. So now that the power broker has that, I'm interested to see where this goes, because like I said, I'm still not a big fan of her being evil, but, like, where is this gonna go? Like, what does she connect to? Because clearly, I mean, it's setting up for something, but where is she gonna show up next? Are we gonna get, like, a full, maybe, Sam Wilson Captain America movie trilogy? I would love to see that, and then maybe just see this story continue there, have Sharon be one of the main villains. I don't know, because I don't really know where else she would show up, but I'm definitely excited, because, guys, this was insane. The Falcon Winter Soldier is such a good show, or should I say Captain America the Winter Soldier. And like I said, we could get a second season, or we could get Captain America movies. I'd be cool with either one. I really like the series format because you can explore the characters more, but at the same time, also getting more Captain America movies with Sam Wilson now. I don't know. Either way would be cool. I just really want to see this story continue. It would be so awesome because these characters are so awesome, and like I said, you got this happy ending for Bucky and Sam, so that's great, but then you also got this setup for the future, with Sam Wilson now being the new Captain America. He's most likely going to rejoin the Avengers and everything. U.S. Agent now having the U.S. Agent suit and the name, probably joining the Thunderbolts, and we know we are getting some Thunderbolt stuff with Zemo, but we're not going to get that until the Black Widow post-credit scene, so yeah, guys, I am so excited for this, and again, I'm sad that it's over, but it wrapped up so perfectly that I'm not even complaining, and yeah, it's going to be a long wait for Loki. We have over a month. It doesn't start till June 11th, but I'm definitely excited. Hopefully we'll get another trailer, but man, here we go. The future of the MCU is here, and it is amazing. I mean, this is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. So anyways, guys, this is my last review for the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I enjoyed it while it lasted, but Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this episode. What were your favorite moments, and how do you think this series sets up for the future? Would you like to see a second season for Captain America the Winter Soldier, or would you like to see maybe even a movie trilogy? So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please